Okay, thank you. Welcome for our lesson. Our science lesson, we want us to proceed from where we had left yesterday. We were talking about energy transformation, of which we talked about energy transformation in an electric circuit. Now we are proceeding. The next transformation we have, energy transformation in an electric circuit, is when we are starting energy transformation in an electric circuit today. Now, what is an electric circuit? An electric circuit is a closed path which allows an electric current to flow. We mean that when it is closed, the circuit is complete, then an electric current will pass through it. Now, that is what we call an electric circuit. Now, an electric circuit must have the source of energy, which are the dry cells. So we say the chemical energy in batteries or dry cells is converted to electrical energy. The chemical energy in batteries is converted to electrical energy. Now, when the bulb lights, electrical energy is converted to light and heat energy. Now, when you have a complete, there is an experiment here. When you have a complete circuit, then you connect the two dry cells like that. You have the copper wire, which is a good conductor of electricity, and then you connect the bulb. Make sure that the circuit is complete in this way. You will find that after completing the circuit, the bulb is lighting, and if you feel on the bulb with your palm of hand, you will feel some heat. You can as well conduct another experiment here, of which we have the dry cells, the two dry cells, and also a strand of steel wool. So this one, when you will perform this, you will have the strand of steel wool glowing and also becoming hot. So it is the same experiment, and it means that chemical energy from the dry cells is flowing in the circuit. As it reaches here in the strand of steel wool, that energy makes it to become hot and glow to produce light. The same experiment is done here. Now, what will you observe? After performing such experiment, you realize that when the bulb is connected and the circuit is complete, light is produced, bulb also feels warm. That is what I said in the beginning, that if you complete such a circuit in this way, you find that there is light from the bulb, and if you feel the bulb with your hand, you find that it is also hot. Also here on the strand of steel wool, you find that the circuit is complete. The strand will glow to produce some light, and also you will have it feeling hot. It is written here, the steel wool strand glows, heat is radiated from the hot strand. So as it glows, that is production of light, and also it feels hot. Now, this is now how the energy flows in an electric circuit. We have the chemical energy, which is contained in dry cells. The first level, we have chemical energy. Then as the current starts moving in the copper wire, we have electrical energy. Electrical energy because the current is moving in the system. From the dry cell, chemical energy, the current moves to form electrical energy. Now, after the electrical energy, what are the end results? We have the heat and also light in the bulb. We have heat energy and the light energy in the bulb. How? When I said that the bulb will have to glow to produce light, and also the strand of steel wool is glowing. That is production of light. And also there is heat. When you feel the two, you will find that there is also heat. So we have production of heat energy and also light energy, and the source was chemical energy in the dry cell. Then we had electrical energy. Now that is what we have under transformation of energy in dry cell. So you will allow me to move to the second transformation of energy. Our second transformation of energy is food. transformation of energy in food, or we can say conversion of energy from food. Conversion of energy from food, the normal food we eat at home. So that is conversion of food to energy. How? We say food has stored chemical energy. Food is having stored chemical energy, and during digestion in the small intestine, you find that this energy is transformed into heat and also kinetic energy. You find that if you have not eaten, you cannot move. You will stay there because of hunger. So, but immediately you eat food, you find that you gain energy, you can move from here to another place. So that movement is because of the chemical energy from the food you have consumed. Now, that is what we call kinetic energy. It is causing motion. Kinetic, I said, is energy in motion. And heat production, you will find that that heat which is produced in the food is maintaining our body temperature. Human beings, all the mammals have body temperature constant. So what is also supporting that is the type of food we are consuming. Now we say kinetic energy helps us to do work, and also we have excess energy in the body. I said if you have food, you might have production of excess energy. Now, where is that excess energy taken? It is stored in our skin in form of fat. So this is transformation of energy in food. We have chemical energy in food. Chemical energy. Chemical energy in food. From there, we have kinetic energy. Kinetic energy and heat energy. And heat energy. That is transformation of energy in food. That is chemical energy. Then after consuming that food, you find that there is kinetic energy, motion. You can move from one place to another because you have gained that energy. Then lastly, the body is warmed from the food. So that is energy transformation in foods. Now, allow me to move to our that energy transformation. That is all about energy transformation in food. Now I'm moving to energy transformation in an electronic gadget known as radio. Energy transformation in a radio. Energy transformation in a radio. A radio. Okay, what is a radio? This is an electronic gadget that is used in our home for conveying messages from the broadcasting station. You can have the people speaking and you get the information, and also playing of music in a radio. So there is energy transformation in this way. We listen to a radio and a sound of is heard. We listen. A radio and a sound is heard. When you have completed the circuit of the radio, you find that there is a sound of people speaking or music playing. You find this sound is produced because there is energy transformation in the radio circuit. Now, the sound is from a broadcasting studio. It's not from the radio. The source of that sound is the source, you have to understand that the source of that sound is from broadcasting studio. So sometimes you might think that there are people singing in a radio, or there is somebody speaking in a radio. No, there is transformation. There is a signal from the aerial of the radio that is speaking the information from a broadcasting studio somewhere. It might be in Nairobi, in Garissa, Mombasa, or any place. So after receiving the signal, then we have the circuit. I will show you the transformation of energy as I proceed. There is something known as an aerial. What is the function of an aerial? An aerial picks electric signal. An aerial of the radio picks an electric signal from the studio, from the studio. That is the function of an aerial of the radio. So an aerial, it might be internal aerial or external. Some radios have external aerial and others have internal. So they are the one that picks the signal from the studio, broadcasting studio. And then we have that sound of people speaking and also playing music. The signal is then amplified by the electric circuit in the studio. The signal is then amplified. Amplification. It is amplified by electric circuit in the radio. By electric in the radio. The radio is also having dry cells, and there is connection. So as it picks the signal, you find that signal is amplified by the circuit in the radio. So there are a connection of conductors in the radio, so that which amplifies the signal from the studio, and it sends back the signal to the loudspeaker. Now we also have the dry cells. The dry cells provide electric energy for amplification. Okay. Now, what is providing the energy for that amplification of the signal are the dry cells. The source of energy is from the dry cells that performs amplification of the signal in the radio. Now, we also have the amplified electric signal is transformed into magnetic energy in the speaker. The amplified electric signal, the amplified electric signal is transformed to magnetic energy in the speaker. The amplified electric signal that has been picked by the aerial is transformed to magnetic energy in the speaker. I said one use of magnets. Magnetic energy is radio speakers. So in that speaker there is a magnet. So the signal is sent there, then the magnet will start vibrating. There is a cloth-like substance in the speaker known as the diaphragm. The magnet will have the diaphragm start vibrating, then we will have the production of that sound. The magnet energy then moves to diaphragm in the speaker. Magnetic energy moves to the diaphragm in the speaker. Okay, we still have the transformation. After the amplification of the electric signal, it is sent to the magnetic energy which is found in the speaker, and lastly the magnetic energy moves to the diaphragm in the speaker. Now what will the diaphragm do? The magnetic energy changes. The magnetic energy changes to kinetic, that is vibration of the diaphragm. Magnetic energy changes to kinetic energy. How are we having kinetic energy? Because of the vibration. Because of the vibration in the diaphragm. So as the diaphragm vibrates, that is, I said yesterday that production of sound, we cannot have sound before we have that vibration. So the diaphragm in the speaker is the one that starts vibrating, and then we have the production of that sound. Vibration, that is kinetic energy, changes to sound. Kinetic energy, and then it changes to sound. The vibration in the speaker lastly changes to sound energy. Now this is all the energy transformation in a radio. We started like this. We listen to a radio and a sound is heard. The source of sound is not the radio. The source of sound, I said, is the broadcasting studio, where we have the aerial. There is an aerial of the radio that picks the electrical signal from the broadcasting studio. Then that signal, the signal is then amplified by the electric circuit in the radio. I said there is a complete circuit in the radio that is amplified by the circuit. So where is this amplification? Where is the source of energy? The source of energy is from the dry cells, which are having chemical energy, so that the circuit can have that power to transmit the signal. Now we have the signal, the amplified electric signal is transformed to magnetic energy, which is found in the speaker of the radio. Then magnetic energy moves to the diaphragm. The speaker is having a cloth-like substance known as the diaphragm. Now as it goes to the diaphragm, we find that the diaphragm starts vibrating. I said vibration produces sound. Now as it vibrates, that is changing magnetic energy, to kinetic energy, movement. So as the diaphragm moves, that is kinetic energy, energy in motion. Then lastly, kinetic energy, because of that movement, you will be able to hear people speaking or music playing. That is production of energy. Now what is this energy transformation in the radio? It will be stated like this. Energy transformation in a radio. We start with electric energy from the circuit. Electric energy. This is from the circuit of the radio. Then we have magnetic energy. Magnetic energy, which is in the speaker of the radio. Then from magnetic energy we have kinetic energy. which I said is vibration or movement of the, will have sound energy. Sound energy. That is energy transformation in a radio. The aerial and the radio circuit is having electric energy. The aerial and the radio circuit is the one having electric energy. But magnetic energy, kinetic energy, and production of sound, all of this is in the speaker, and the energy is from the electric energy that is in the circuit. So we have the electric energy in the radio, followed by the magnetic energy which is found in the speaker. Then we move to kinetic energy, movement of the diaphragm in the speaker. Then lastly we will have production of sound, which might be people speaking or production of music. Okay, now from there I beg to stop, as we will continue next time. Thank you very much.